All right. It is time to go. And of course, I forgot to pop out chat. Let's look at chat here. A lot of people hanging out before stream. Thank you. I appreciate y'all hanging out, being patient and waiting. Actually, starting on time this week. So really, I'm actually early. So you're welcome. All right. Can bamboo plants drop the pH? Any dying organics can. So as long as it's living, it should be all right. Mainstails, ferns, and fins. Hello, 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 hello. I hope you're having a great Cyber Monday. I totally forgot about Cyber Monday. I haven't even been looking at anything. Let's just do that right now. See if there's anything going on Amazon right now. How about it? And if you've got some deals, throw them in the chat. All right. Anything on Amazon? Negative. At least by my filters. There might be something, but I'm not picking up anything. Any fantastic fish deals anyways. One more place to check. One more place. You know, Amazon has really been stupid the last couple years for aquarium stuff on Cyber Monday, Black Friday. They used to always have Phoenix lights on sale on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and they haven't done that in a couple years. I don't think they've done that since like 2018, and it was always a really good deal, like half off. And that's how I ended up with a crap ton of Phoenix 24/7 LED lights. Audio video good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Pam had a question before the stream. Are there any loaches that can go into 10-gallon tanks set up as a guppy for my mom? She's freaking out about pest snails. I would recommend maybe having her feed less if she has snails. And there's not really, in my opinion, a good loach. Dwarf chain loaches are kind of small, but they do require being in a school. They're schooling fish, so like 3 is the minimum, and you know they only get like 2 to 2.5 inches, and they stay pretty thin, but still kind of small. All your typical loaches are going to be way too big, like the zebra loach, for example. You know, those get like 4 or 5 inches, and they need to be in the schools as well. So there's not really, in my opinion, a good loach option. A lot of the smaller snails, like rosy loaches, don't eat snails, so a lot of the smaller snails don't eat. A lot of the smaller loaches don't eat. Nothing but Alexa junk all day. That's how I feel Amazon has gone. It's like, if you don't want anything Amazon, there's not going to be anything good on for sale. Do you want a small Christmas tree for your stream space? Negative. Please hit the like button. Eric, thank you, thank you, thank you. I forgot. Please, please, please hit the like button. It helps out a lot. We'll get more people in here, have some more fun. And that was just a hard no on the Christmas tree. I have no room. But thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. No. No. Who's got that TV streaming service, recommended or not? What? I feel like everybody has a streaming service now. It's getting a little bit out of control. Bob, would a 29-gallon fish tank be large enough for an angel? Yes. Happy Thanksgiving and Christmas. Spend some time. Take care, Bob and friends. Minister Brandon, it has been a while since I've seen you. Yes, for one angelfish, a 29-gallon will be just fine. Assassin snails work best for me, but you're getting rid of snails by adding another snail. Maybe just educate the snails are part of an ecosystem. Like, they're not bad for your aquarium. This is like an old stigma that just people hate snails. They don't really do anything, but honestly, just feed less and they'll go away. If you have enough, if you're feeding so much that you have snails everywhere, then you're just feeding too much. Please bring the green screen back. It'll make appearances here and there every once in a while. Probably not for a while, though. I did green screen for like 5 years, and I'm taking a break for I won't say a long time, but definitely an extended period. It's green screen's kind of a hassle sometimes. Eric says, I don't think it'll be back for a while. Yep. Eric knows. Curtis with the $1 super chat. Paul McCarthy rejoining the members section. Thank you. I appreciate it. Super chat and resubscribing. You don't get much for becoming a member, so there's my sales pitch. But we do live streams try to do every week. But with the flooding and the storms, it's been kind of hectic the last couple weeks. However, we did get sun today here, which was nice. It was nice and sunny, although I just looked at the weather report and they're already saying flooding for tomorrow. So that should be fun. I'll be right back. Time to beat my daughter at ping pong. All right. Fish tank barn. Jimmy P, I'm here, Bob. Nice to see you, young man. Good to see you, Jimmy. I looked away and then you started. Yeah. I know. I started on time. I apologize. People were not expecting that. So maybe I'll end it early to make up for it. I don't know. Paul McCarthy, about time. Welcome to the mad world. He's been here before. He knows the deal. He knows. Lumpy, if you mean like Amazon, Hulu, Disney Plus, Netflix, HBO Max, Paramount Plus, there's more. I have all of those and I use them often on top of having Comcast cable and the internet. I hate cable, but I can't let it go. Why can you not let cable go? It is the worst. It is absolutely the worst. And Comcast, well, Comcast is probably one of the better ones, but it's still way too expensive. It held FTB's comment for time to beat my daughter at ping pong. It did. It did. Fish tank barn, your comment did get censored at first because you said you were going to beat your daughter. So just FYI. Xanadudu, how's it going? Regina Phalanges, hello. Best wet pet to be on its own in a 70-gallon. Best wet pet. Are you looking anything like turtles, frogs? Don't stare at me like that. Fish? I don't know. I couldn't do just one animal in a tank. That's brutal for me. Oh, man. I had to rejoin. I lost another bank card. I got so many bank cards. It's ridiculous. I wish I lost mine. Boy, what fish would you recommend as a wet pet on its own in a 79-gallon? I am unfamiliar with 79-gallon aquariums. Is it long? Is it tall? Thanks for the Aquarium Forge stand Amazon link. That was crazy. Did anybody get that? Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that was, but it went quick. Like right after I linked it, within like 30 minutes, it was sold out. So there's an Aquarium metal forge. That's probably not forged, but stand that's like $90 for 10-gallon tanks. And some reason they were only $15, but you had to go to the more buying options. I always recommend if you're buying stuff on Amazon, always scroll down or wherever it is on your screen and click on more buying options. But so it was like, I don't know, like $89, and then you clicked on more buying options, and some retailer had it for $15. Granted, you don't get it for a month, but with deals like that, who cares? Like my TV dad, my TV died 3 weeks ago. Haven't missed it. Exactly. I haven't had cable. I am like so anti-cable. I've got like all my family members to cut the cord. I'm like, just buy an antenna, just HD antenna. You get lots. Surprisingly, there's a lot of channels that come through just the open air. So buy an HD antenna and you're good to go. 79-gallon is long and not tall at all. Don't tell me it's glitchy again. I thought I got rid of that. It's an Australian tank. Yeah, that's okay. It's interesting. Yep, I am getting an error now. Let's see if I can do this live. I'm pretty sure I can't. Every week it says my bit rate is too low, so I raise it, and then it says too low. And then I raise it again, and it says too low. Bob, back to the loaches. Where could someone get loaches if they wanted some? Happened. Oh, you son of a biscuit. You son of a gun. I was even like, when I set up the stream, I even like opened Dan's Fish. Oh, man. To get the link, and then I just never followed through. I am not a robot. You should know this by now. Oh, boy. I fail. I fail at this big time. Sorry, Dan. Sorry, Dan. Okay, where's my chat? Oh, it's up here. All right. No, I don't want top chat. I want live chat. Buy live fish here. There you go. Dan's Fish. I'm going to pin this comment. So if you want some super awesome fish, go to Dan's Fish. Click that link. It is an affiliate. I'm not sponsored, but it is an affiliate. It's cable companies launching an attack on the stream because Bob's talking down on them. It wouldn't surprise me. The power that Comcast has is probably close to like the NSA, I swear. I'm hitting a new wave of aquarium mania right now. I'm happy to get here only 8 minutes in. A new wave of aquarium mania. I love it. Kevin Hart says it's his club now. I grew up without cable and now I don't even own a TV. How does it work there? Antenna free? Yeah, so there's lots of channels that are just broadcasted open air. You don't need an HD antenna, but they do broadcast in HD. So if you have an HD TV, you might as well get an HD TV antenna. You don't get like, I mean, it won't get like ESPN or anything like that, but you get all your local channels. And then there's a lot of like I get Grit TV here, which is like just it just plays Westerns 24 hours a day, which is great. The Seachem, when I first got in the hobby, I called it Seachem. The Seachem Equilibrium actually worked for plants. So depending on your water parameters, yes. And it'll honestly always help. Equilibrium is one of the few Seachem products that I actually really love. So I have really soft water, so it works really well for me. If you have really hard water, then it's still going to be beneficial, but not as you already have lots of minerals and the antenna is at Home Depot for like $25. Yep, super cheap. HD antenna, super cheap. But anyways, yeah, I like Seachem Equilibrium. Although it used to be a lot cheaper. I don't know how much it is right now. Let me look. Like I said, one of the few products of theirs that I enjoy. Equilibrium. Yeah, $11. You can actually buy it for $7 right now. See, this is what I'm talking about. If you just go to Amazon's little bloop bloop, it says $11. But if you click on more buying options, hey, don't sit on him and then growl at him that he's touching you. Don't be stupid. Yeah, $7.49. More buying options. All right. Let me check in on this old Dan's Fish. Oh, somebody bought some zebra acaras with my link, some cherry shrimp, pencil fish, pygmy cories. I do need some pygmy cories. Some stir-by corridoras, the aquarium strains, so the nice ones. Ooh, look at all these referrals rolling in. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Okay, coming back. Maybe. Okay. Just got a dozen diamond tetras and sploosh. Seriously, looks like they were made out of a disco ball. Yes, diamond tetras are amazing. There's so many tetras that are just really cool that don't get the love like the neons. Or like the rummy nose, all the mainstream. What are you gonna do when aquarium mania runs wild on you, brother? I mix equilibrium. Man, that kind of hurt my throat. What are you gonna do, brother? They sound amazing. Diamond Tetras, yes. Highly recommend them. I mix Equilibrium in with the dirt in my tank. Not sure that's a thing, but I did it. First dirted tank. Lisa, it probably dissolved almost instantly, but it did dissolve into your water, so either way, it does help. Welcome to the dirted aquarium mania. Dirted tanks, I love them. Comcastic, a new adjective meaning a hilarious, almost unbelievable level of failure. Okay, so yes, yes. I think Comcast is by far the best cable company, but that's like saying like what's the best turd, right? It's still a turd, but at least it's the best turd. How many rubber lip plecos can to control algae in a CO2 high-tech 40 breeder? Whew. So rubber lip plecos, really good algae eaters, but you really shouldn't have that much algae running CO2 in a high-tech 40 breeder. It also would depend on how much algae you have. Like if all 4 of your glass panels are covered in algae, I'd probably get like 3. But if you just have like algae here and there, probably just 1. They're like bushy nose. Actually, I think they're harder working than bushy nose. Bushy nose plecos take breaks and they stay in their little caves for a day or so, and then they'll come out and eat some algae. Rubber lip plecos just go nonstop all day on that algae. I got a school of brilliant rummy nose tetras, totally sparkling. Neon blue tetras missing, all in a 150-gallon tank, 6 feet long. Neon blue tetras missing. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. 64 likes. 140 people here. Hit the like button. Thank you, Ginger. Thank you, Zen. And thank you, Ginger, again for the $5 super chat. Pick up 2 roseline sharks, all they had, and I love them. Gonna have to get more. Absolutely, Curtis. Yeah, I agree. Roseline sharks, out of all the fish that I've shown on my channels, that's the fish that I get the most comments on. Like, what is that fish? What is that fish with the red stripe and the yellow stripe and the red and the black? Super awesome fish. Agreed. Choosing between Comcast and AT&T is like asking yourself which STD. Well, I say Comcast is the best, but just go ahead and buy AT&T. It would really help me out. Get AT&T, set up like a 10-year contract, and I would love you forever. Jamie McDonald with a $5 super chat. Do what Ginger does. Do what Ginger says. The director of the channel making an appearance. Yep, he directs the live stream, so when I'm late or things go wrong, he's the director. It's his fault, not mine. Just saying. Carrie's here. What's going on, Carrie? Oh, boy. What do you think about jewel cichlids, Bob? Randy, I don't know if you're trolling me because I just said that I don't like jewel cichlids in a previous stream. But if you're not, and that's a legit question, there you go. I do not like jewel cichlids. They don't work for me, okay? So I like community fish. I like smaller community fish. I like plants. And jewel cichlids destroy all of those things. I've been growing out a little 5.5 tank with thick carpet, only cryptocorn, axolotl, not much room for the surface-dwelling fish. Any ideas? Boy, that's not a lot of room. 5.5 gallons, maybe killifish, rocket killifish, clown killifish, that's the same thing. Look up clown killifish, super colorful, really small. They are jumpers, but anything you're going to put is going to be jumpers. Like anything in the top part of your aquarium is going to jump, so. Sounds like Bob has AT&T stock. Maybe. I really want gold roseline sharks, but it's so hard to find. Yeah. I saw those, Dan had them or has them, or at one point I saw them on Dan's channel. Pretty rad. Oh, Randy, sorry. No problem. They're awesome. They're beautiful fish. This is why I got one. But then I found out that, one, it'll shred all my other fish, and it also did not like plants. So, yeah. My phone service is AT&T. Well, all right. I'm pretty sure that AT&T Cellular is separate, but I'll take it. I'm not greedy. No name says, thank you, Bob. BBA is getting bad. About half my rhizome plants. My tank is Wallstead tank. I have soft water. Should I add equilibrium because I think the plants need more fert? I would add equilibrium, but watch it very closely. BBA, you could start spot treating it with hydrogen peroxide. Just get like a pipette and just, squirt it directly on the BBA. It'll die off. However, if you have a lot, that could be kind of a pain, but it will work over time. Also, rubber lip plecos, probably not going to eat Blackbeard algae. You would need like a Siamese algae eater, a Florida flagfish, and even then, it's like not their go-to food. So they're gonna eat all the leftover food or anything else before they hit that BBA, in my experience. Does anyone have mud skippers? Zenzo, Tazawa tanks. AT&T keeps calling me to reinstate my DirecTV. It's been years since I canceled. They're desperate. AT&T just sold CNN, which I am very happy about. A weird kind of green algae is growing in my 10-gallon. It covers the plants like a spider covers a fly. Can anyone suggest algae eaters that eat this kind of algae? Is it like string or hair algae? It's the only thing I can think of. But without knowing specifically, I'm not sure. Some very beautiful fish are just tiny little hate machines like gold ocellatus. Well, those are cichlids. And you still like those, right? Yeah, absolutely. Don't I have a picture of one like right behind me? Oh, no, I don't. Well, there you go. Afternoon, folks. It's still on the floor. Still on the floor. Gold ocellatus. Ooh, where'd the lights go? Ooh, it's my Christmas tree. All right. I have Indonesian graceful mud skippers. I really need to set up a community planet tank. I agree. In my opinion, that's the best. That's the best. Bob, why are you not in Houston playing a World Champ final in 20 minutes? Was expecting to see you against our Swedish 19-year-old talent. The same reason they quit letting Michael Jordan in the slam dunk contest, because he just won every single time. So they're like, you know what? We know you're the best. We got to let someone else win or no one else is ever going to play this game. So, like Michael Jordan, I bowed out for the betterment of the game. It's just the greats. We got to do what we got to do to help the game keep going. Clown killifish seem great for my 5.5. Will they breed? Yes. If I also add a couple coolie loaches to the bottom, sure, I'll never see them, but it would be a good surprise every once in a while. You could do a couple coolie loaches. They'll probably eat any clown killie spawns, but just something to think about. 2 of my female guppies had white on them that's spreading and doesn't appear to be ick. Move them to a 10-gallon quarantine tank. From what I've read, it may be guppy disease. Not sure what to do. It depends. It really, does it look like a fungus? Are they just turning white? I was going to bleach dip the BBA to get rid of it. I have lots of brown diatom algae too. I have a fluval plant 3.0 that's on for 8 hours and it's at 80% brightness. So you are at the stage of high-tech tanks that everybody hates. You can only test for so much, and then you just have to start playing with things. Do you increase the CO2? Do you decrease the light cycle? Do you increase the light cycle? The mistake most people make when they're getting algae is they decrease the amount of fertilizers they put in because they think it's the fertilizers, but that's the worst thing you could do. And it's just one of those things, like, you have to wait it out. Like, okay, I'm going to make my light go from 10 hours a day to 6 hours a day. Then you got to wait weeks to see if that worked. And if it didn't work, you got to put it back, and then maybe you increase your CO2 a little bit. Then you got to wait weeks to see if that works. So you're on the fun part. you got to try and wait it out. Do I think purple harlequin rasboras and fricado rainbow fish and neon tetras are compatible with melanotania sahuloensis and okefenokee pygmy sunfish? No name. If you have a large enough tank, I think all of those would do well together. If you're putting those all in that 40 breeder, you might run into some issues. Do pond snails eat apisto eggs? So yes, but it's not something that they're gonna like seek out and destroy. So if they're just cruising along, munching on whatever, and they come across an egg, then yes. But most apistos will pick up snails and move them out. So it would be, I don't want to say it's like not impossible. It's certainly possible, but as long as your apisto parents are good parents, then they usually don't let snails into their little hides, their den, their cave. I get algae at 20% on the fluval plant nano. 80% is bright. Nano tanks, yeah, you definitely yeah. Do you have a wholesale license? I don't. There's not really a thing as a wholesale license, at least in my state. I have a business license and I have a resale permit, but yeah, there's no wholesale license in my state. It looks like a fungus. I know it's hard to help without pictures. Should I just treat it as if it was ick? If it's fungus, I would treat it. If it looks like a fungus, I would treat it as that it is a fungus, and that's the way I would go. You know, something like a general cure, which a lot of people use for ick. You know, you can certainly try that. You could try salt, or you can get some type of specific fungus medication. But yeah, without actually seeing it and knowing it, it's pretty hard. Okay. Where are we on the like situation, folks? I don't ask for much. 10 more likes. That's all I need right now. 10 more. Can we get 10 more? That's all I ask. Hello, Steenfott Aquatics and everyone here lurking while working. Welcome. It looks like fungus. I just got 5 baby jewel cichlids. They are in a 70-gallon with 2 large angelfish, a 7-inch rainbow charm. So far, so good. Do you think it'll work out for a few more months? It's been 8 weeks. Yeah. Honestly, that would probably work out long-term as well. The only thing I would watch is that the jewel cichlids are not, like, fin-nipping the angelfish. Sometimes they'll go after, like, the longer, like, lyre tail almost fins, like the longer fins. What's the absolute quietest filter as close to silent as possible? Probably a USB air pump to a sponge filter. No surefire way to get high-tech success, but what has worked for me is to dose EI method, run CO2 to saturation, a point confirmed with drop checker and pH drop base of hardness, and slowly ratchet lights. It can definitely be tricky. I took off my like and then liked again. I hope that helps. Well, I hope so too. Back, lost the ping pong match. That's what you get for talking smack. Fish tank barn. That's what you get. Great. Thank you for the help, Bob. No problem. Thank you. I'm currently washing sand and listening. Man, I hate washing sand. You and me both, buddy. You and me both. Would a crebensis and a pisto get along? Big tank and plenty of caves. Yes. Yep. If they're both males, you might get some sparring if they happen to cross paths. But once one beats down the other one, establishes dominance, you should be all right. It's all about, when you're getting like territorial fish like that, it's all about room and line of sight breaks, which it looks like you're doing okay. So you shouldn't have any problems. Hope your Thanksgiving was swell. It was a swell day. It was. Okie Finoki, I think you're okie dokie. I think someone can make a song out of that. Yeah. We need a songwriter to make a song about the Okie Finoki. Don't look at me like that. I know fancy Bettas planets do well in nanotanks. I'm surfing Dan's fish, and there's some really interesting air breathers. How well do other varieties of bettas do in a 5-gallon tank? If you're just getting one, then it'd be just fine. Well, actually, let me go look to see exactly which ones he has. I was looking the other day, and I think all of these, you could easily do one in a 5-gallon. Oh, yeah. No problem. I still want some licorice gourami and samurai gouramis. One of these days, I will own samurai gouramis. I swear. Oh, see, now I'm getting distracted looking at his site. Okay, I'm back. Oh, I asked for 10 and I got 20 likes. All right, I'll take it. What's Okefenokee? Okefenokee pygmy sunfish. There's a lake in Florida called the Okefenokee Lake. And is it a river? No, I'm pretty sure it's a lake. I don't remember. It's one or the other. And that's where you find originally these Okefenokee pygmy sunfish, but now they're probably all over Florida. I can make a song out of anything. Well, that sounds pretty amazing. Like, if I could just make songs out of anything, I would just stay at home and make songs all day. Happy Cyber Monday, fish friends. Happy Cyber Monday. I will agree, HDJC86. As far as high-tech tanks, the EI method, in my opinion, that's the way to go. I'm having an issue with barbs nipping the fins of 2 of my angels. They are all veil angels, and all the others are regular koi. Anything I do outside of removing the veil angels to another tank? Well, I mean, what kind of barbs? What kind of barbs? Normally, I failed my samurai gourami. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, there are just some species of barbs that are going to fin nip no matter what. Things that help out fin nipping is actually getting more. You see this a lot with tetras as well. If your tetras are fin nipping, then you need to get more. Not 100% the case, but usually the case. But if you got tiger barbs in there, then what did you think was going to happen, Kenny? If I were you and they were tiger barbs, I would just take out the tiger barbs. So anyone keeping an eye out for aquatic holiday deals? I haven't really seen anything too amazing. I mean, the FX6 was half off on Black Friday. That's over. Yeah, tiger barbs. Okefenokee is a swamp. Not sure about a lake. It's probably both. It's a swampy lake. Curtis says it's because you put tiger barbs in with angels, dum-dum. That's funny. Anyways, aquatic holiday deals outside of like the normal like 10 to 15% off, which hey, is better than nothing. I haven't really seen anything too amazing. Custom Leatherman free P4 for nearly $300, or a Leatherman Surge, but replace the blades with washers for $130. I want a bladeless Leatherman. I mean, I would take any Leatherman I could get. How many female bettas can I hold together with one male? I wouldn't really recommend doing that at all. Zero. How about Molly's fin nipping? I think they're jerks. Oh, man, what is it? Everything's getting censored today. That's weird. Glad I went with Denison barbs. Yeah, Denison barbs over tiger barbs. I've never had Denison barbs. Chewy had 16-gallon biocubes for $150. I've never had Denison barbs fin nip ever. 4x2x2 double filtration and well oxygenated. I don't think I think you're just asking for trouble if you're doing female bettas with one male. It might work for like 2-3 months, but I don't see that ending well. Please be respectful to newer fish keepers. Danny, they are brothers. Look, if you see the last name, Kenny Schindler, Curtis Schindler. So just a little family rubbing going on there. Everybody calm down. They're brothers. Just calm down, all right? Just calm down. Planet Tank cichlids, preferably not a single fish or a pisto. Planet Tank cichlids, preferably not angel. What did I say? What, single? Angel fish or pistos. Look at Nanochromis, or Crebensis. There's golden dwarf cichlids, checkerboard cichlids. Yeah, there's some. If you can get Nanochromis, I would highly recommend those. My alpha black ruby barb nips my Odessa barbs. That's crazy. I've never seen any fin nipping with my black ruby barbs. That's interesting. Mississippi hippie. Hello. Hello. Is it disrespectful that I said mollies are jerks? No, because they're your mollies. They're your mollies. The deals this year haven't been great across the categories I care about. All our clients are changing their biz practices to run lower stock, higher prices, and profits due to pandy buying lessons. Pandy. I'm sure a lot of places are not having sales because it's hard to get inventory right now. So if you had something on sale at like some insanely cheap price and you only have like one of them, this is what they used to do back when I worked retail, right? You have like one washing machine that's like 90% off, and you get 100 people to come into the store to buy that one. Well, we only have one in stock, and then you try to upsell them to something else. I hate that. I hate it. Man, when I was getting into the hobby again, the old heads were ruthless. Oh yeah, they're out there for sure. Yeah. Some Facebook groups are pretty toxic. Yeah, they're still there. The fish police are still there, alive and well, doing their thing. Yeah. What's my favorite aquatic plant? Probably Anubias. As far as like a type, probably Anubias. Crips are probably a close second. As far as like a single favorite plant, I don't know that I have a single favorite plant. I need to find a great deal on a linear air piston pumps. I need two smaller ones for less than 50 aquariums, around 20. I don't know that you're gonna find you could probably find a great deal used if you have like fish clubs or something like that around you. That's how I got a good deal on mine. Otherwise, I think the smallest one is like $200 ish. Family rubbing. Rocky and Miles, hello. Given until further notice. Anyone know a plant that chonky severums won't eat? Plastic plants. Plastic. My crips keep melting. Any idea how to stop that from happening? Do you mean like every time you buy them and put them in your tank they melt, or do they grow leaves, melt, like just like a constant cycle of melting? In a planted cyclone tank, small, non-aggressive Anomalochromis thomasi. In a planted cyclone tank, small, non-aggressive, attractive, easy breeder, not very common. There you go. I remember those days in retail. I used to hate them. Yeah, it's the worst. I did not think of looking used at clubs. That's honestly like when somebody gets out of the hobby and they're just like, I'm sick of it. I'm done. My whole fish room is for sale. That's when you really score. What did I get? So I got an LPH 45, which is like $200 or $220. I got two of the massive Costco racks that are $200 each. Those huge gladiator racks that you can put 125-gallon aquariums on, like 3 high. I got like what did I get? I got like 2 dozen 10-gallon tanks, all with sponge filters, substrate, lids, everything. There was air systems already installed on the gladiator racks. It was just like plug and play. And then like a bunch of random fish stuff. And I got it all for $200. It was amazing. Probably one of my best scores ever. I had to drive like 2 hours to get it. And I was in a Ford Ranger. And I had to it was stacked. Like 8 feet over the bed, strapped in blankets. And they're like, Maybe you should make a second trip. I'm like, I live 2 hours away. There is no second trip. Keep stacking it high. We'll get in there somehow. It was sweet. When I plant them, they melt away and are gone forever. So what might be happening is you might be planting the crown, which is going to cause them to all melt away and pretty much kill off the whole plant. What can I use? Here, I'll use this here. So imagine like this is the well, I can't see my screen. Hold on. Okay. So imagine like this is like the crown and these are the roots, and then all the like the leaves will come out the top here. So you just plant into the dirt until you see and if you're looking at a crypt, you'll see the crown and you'll see why it's called a crown. You don't want to bury that. You want to leave that out. And then most likely the leaves will die off, but then they'll grow back out of the crown. And yeah. So there you go. Maybe you're just burying it too deep, and it's like if you it's almost the same thing like burying rhizomes in rhizome plants, but a little bit different. My experience, I would be prepared to move Epistos or Crebensis if mixing them. Epistos are often slow when feeding, so usually won't stand the stronger bowling and cribs in the long run. Yeah, you definitely, if you're going to be mixing, make sure, I mean, that should be said about anything, that your fish are actually getting the food. Never been there? Oceans and seas? Years ago, I saw my gold Severin gasping for air. She was choking on a piece of plastic plant. I took her out, held her in a towel, and used tweezers to get the piece out. She lived many years after. All right, well, I take back, it's like a child choking on a piece of plastic. I take it back. Don't even use plastic plants. I didn't know that. Thanks. Yeah, and it's not like, I mean, that doesn't happen all the time, but it's like I never bury the little crown, and I usually don't have any problems. What are some good plants for a 55-gallon community tank? Rainbow fish, Corydoras, Epistos, and plecos. There you go. Plants. Plants. What's my favorite plant to use in a paludarium? Amanda, I am just now getting into terrestrial plants. I don't know that I know enough, but I mean, I really love pothos. Like, just a simple pothos. They're hard to kill, almost indestructible, and they'll just grow in anything. So can't go wrong with pothos. How cold can endlers go? I've gotten mine down into the low 60s, but I've never tried to keep them below that. So for my personal experience, they can go down into the low 60s, but I don't think you're gonna get much colder out of that. Severums won't eat rocks, but they're dumb enough to probably try. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if a Severum choked on a rock. I just wouldn't be surprised. I was trying to think about which stores have been around forever. I don't know if you're on CO2, but my crypts grow like mad. Replanted several tanks with the trimmings. Yeah, crypts do love CO2. It's true. True story. There are also varieties of pothos. Yes, I learned this the other day. I got all kinds of pothos, like something called like neon pothos and silver something pothos, and who knew? Who knew? I guess it makes sense. Like, when is there just one type of plant? Oh, there's only one Anubias, just one. Peace lilies are nice. Oh, I think I have peace lilies too in my 125 paludarium ish. I think I got peace. I think there's peace lily in there. So yes, Chris. So I agree. Peace lilies are nice. Roots in the water, and they will grow nicely and flower often. If I like pothos, check out all these other things. Monstera, yeah. Monsteras are like $9 billion. We were looking at this on the member stream last weekend, like finding monsteras that are like $15,000 for like one leaf. One little leaf. But yeah. Yep. Philodendrons. To check those out too. Fully freshwater gobies, preferably plant compatible. Well, let's just head on over to Dan's Fish and let's look at some gobies. There is a pinned comment in the link. If you click on that, you will find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 gobies that are all plants. Oh, look at this one. Stiphodon Fuchus goby. Wow, that one's pretty rad. This looks like a Epistogramma cockatoides. Anyways, yeah. 16 species of gobies. Now, these are all pretty rare. So, you know, they're priced accordingly. Did he sell out of all the bumblebee gobies? Must have. Yep, dang, he had 50 of those. Oh, and the teardrop sold out too? That's crazy. Here, I got it right here. No, I don't. I lied. Still gonna work? Alright, there you go. There's the link. 16 species of gobies. All freshwater. I like the red lipstick ones too. Oh, there's only one left? That's not gonna work. Only the variegated ones are super expensive. I could totally send you some cuttings, Bob. I got lots of cool plants. So I am working on a plant wall. If anyone wants to send cuttings, I am 100% okay with that. $1 million. 1 million. There's Monstera at Lowe's for $15 to $30. Pfft, yeah, but it's probably not variegated. And apparently everything has to be variegated. If it's not, then it's crap. I don't know. Bumblebee a tuna. Bumblebee a tuna. Bumblebee a tuna. You better be sorry. How dare you. Staring at this MT40 breeder, can't decide if it'll be my first Africans or redhead tap. Oh, I don't think long term it would be large enough for redhead Tapajos. World Aquarium Singapore. Hi, Steenfott Aquatics and all aquarium friends. Welcome, my fellow aquarium friend. Boy. Can you use easy green and easy carbon at the same time? Yes, absolutely. Yep. You can use easy green, easy carbon, and even easy iron all at the same time. Bob's gonna get a cutting of variegated Monstera and leave us all to be a successful Etsy entrepreneur. I doubt it. I doubt it. Are you going to the Reptile Expo next weekend? Everyone who's Seattle local, Reptile Expo in Puyallup next weekend. Actually, don't go because you're going to buy stuff that I want. So scratch that. Don't go. You want English variegated ivy or perhaps some Christmas cactus? Okay. I gotta look up this Christmas cactus because this is the second time that someone's offered me cactus, and I'm like, I don't want cactus. I have a fish room. It's not arid. It's not an arid desert. Is it actually a cactus or is that just the name? What is this? Ooh, this looks fancy. This looks like something that I wouldn't be able to grow. I don't know. Just saying. It looks pretty dang fancy though. I want something that I only have to water once a week and never have to do anything else. That's why I like Anubias. All right. $5 super chat. Bob's Plant Fund. Thank you. Is it blue light that causes algae? Negative. Blue light can definitely cause algae. However, it's one of those things where, like, you have an LED light and it has, you know, the moon lights on it, and a lot of people leave those on at night. So yes, that can definitely cause algae if you're running the light all day and then you turn on the moonlights at night. They can photosynthesize off those blue lights, so it could. It's not a ton of light, but it is still a little bit. It's a succulent, a succubi. I don't know. If it's something that I can water once a week and it'll live, then yes. What was the other thing? Variegated what? Variegated English ivy. Let me Google that one too. I basically want stuff that is going to live on my plant wall, and I only have to. Oh, I have this stuff grows in my yard. I have this variegated English ivy grows outside, and every time I cut it and bring it inside, I kill it. It dies like instantly. Even if I try to slowly acclimate it to the warmer temperature, I kill it every single time. What else? Would it be safe to mix pea puffers with coolie loaches? Possibly. I can't say one way or the other. I don't know that I would do it. I would be extremely cautious, and I would have a backup plan if it doesn't work out. Oh my god, bomb in HD. Ugh. I've been liking my snake plant a lot as well. Those ones are cool. I like, what's the other one? Spider plant is one of my favorite ones. I live in Whatcom County, so it'd be easy to send them or just drop them off, and I will get some rooting for you. Or just drop them off. Oh, that's right. You are up north. I forgot about that. I've been liking my snake plants. Yeah, but that's a hassle, and you won't do it. Wait, what? They bloom when you winterize them every year. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That's definitely not going to happen. Winterize, you lost me at winterize. I don't even know what that means, but you lost me at it. I saw your background has a UFO drawing. Do you have any U.S. UAP UFO second or further reports after the first UFO UAP report release on the 25th of June? Negative. No, I do not. What else do we got? Also, would you be able to put ADF with pea puffers? ADF. You know I'm terrible at TLAs, 3-letter acronyms. ADF. ADF, I'm drawing a blank. ADF. Yeah, I don't know. But Bass lady, check out a ZZ plant. Water them once a month and you're good. ZZ plant. This better look like a beard. ZZ plant. I don't know. I mean, it looks cool, but would it grow in a plant wall? That's what I'm going for. I also want, I'm looking for plants that purify the air as well, like the spider plants do. African dwarf frogs with pea puffers. I mean, you could keep going all day long. Pea puffers are one of those fish that they'll either like them and tolerate them, or they won't and kill them. Bob's waiting for the spaceship to come pick him up and take him home. Yep. I'm waiting for Bob Lazar to actually call me and say it's time. Bob, it's Bob. It's time. And then we will go. If you got abducted by aliens to study reptiles, amphibians, or fish for them, what species would you study? I would probably do reptiles since I'm already a master herpetologist. And it would just be easy. And then I could focus on other things in the alien spaceship, like not getting killed. I can't catch my Cutopunctatus either. The population has exploded. That's a good point. I can't catch coolie loaches, although I feel like pea puffers would have a lot easier time sneaking up on loaches than my giant net trying to scoop them out of the water. Hi, everyone. Dude, Ferns do a great job at cleaning air. Yeah, I really want to do ferns. Yep, I'm going to put ferns in there as well. I love ferns. I went and I collected moss this weekend, so I've got all kinds of different mosses that I'm now acclimating. I hit the jackpot. I found this one area out in the woods that probably has like 20 different species of moss, and they're like big mats of moss. It's sweet. Definitely hit the jackpot. I'm looking at a blue phantom pleco and thinking I need it. What do you know about them? I do know that green phantom plecos look a lot better. So look at green phantom plecos too. There's two variations. One has just a higher fin than the other one. But both of them are awesome. And the reason I shy away from blue phantom plecos over the green is because the blues tend to lose their color as they get older. They're still blue, but they're not as blue as like when they're juveniles or like young adults. Once they start, once they hit adult age and start getting up there, it kind of fades away, where I've never had that happen with my green phantoms. So I always lean towards the green phantoms, but either way, they're both really cool plecos. ZZ Plant is also an air purifier, and in a NASA study, researchers found it is specifically adept at removing copious amounts of toxins such as xylene, toluene, and benzene from the air. That's what I'm going for, right? I want some nice purified air to breathe in my fish room. The golden polypody is a cool polypody. That sounds like polypody. That sounds like that doll from the 80s that would go to the bathroom. What was that doll's name? Oh, man, I don't remember. There's so many vids out there on the Nazca Peru alien mummies found in 2018, as well as Have You Seen Them? These alien mummies were verified by forensic scientists in awesome videos in their website. Are you talking about like the little dudes that are like that big that they found? What should I do with my Betta? First, she got ick, but I got rid of it. Now her scales on one side is poking out, and she looks like she is getting fatter, but doing the same food. Well, first, what's your care and what's your water parameters, and then what's your care routine on this Betta? I hate this time of year. I want to order fish, but I don't want to order fish. For me, I think you're good to go until like, let me look at December here. Like the first 2 weeks of December, yeah, I think you're good to go till like the 11th. After that, I'd be a bit skeptical. I would definitely be making sure you're getting overnight. But yeah, once you start getting into like the 13th, like that week, then I'd be a little iffy. I will die on this hill. Algoanema has the same, if not less, light requirement than snake plants. I live in a basement with no lights. Must be pretty dark down there. My alganema gets extremely low light from the bottom of the stairs. There you go. I don't even know what that is, but you're dying on that hill, so you must be pretty passionate about it. Get a bunch of peace lilies. They're super easy to take care of. Yeah, it's just gonna be like all pretty easy plants, really. There's a couple different ferns that I have picked out, but since don't remember. But I have them somewhere written down. It's 33 and snow here. It needs to snow here. It doesn't even need to snow. It just needs to freeze. It's gonna flood again, and it's a lot easier to clean up water when it's frozen. And right, you could just pick it up and move it when it's frozen. Much easier. I hate winter anyway, but shipping fish gets iffy. I had two dead shipments last year. Dang. Hopefully they weren't for me. Whoops. What else we got going on here this time of year? I don't know. I love this time of year. Alganome. I'm not even going to try to say that word anymore. Sounds like something on the bottom of my stairs, too. Andrew, I think you win the comment of the day. I had to babysit a couple of convict cichlids. I had to put them in my African tank. The only tank that wouldn't eat the inhabitants. Now there's at least 10 convicts I have to catch without Oh, man. Does dirt have to be organic or just not have ferts added? The ferts aren't even the thing you have to worry about. It's all the pesticides, like whatever they put in there to kill, like pests. So I wouldn't be too concerned about ferts unless it has like really large amounts of like ammonia, stuff like that. I don't know. It's just better to go organic. It's not even that much more money. Or just dig out dirt in your backyard. That's what I would do. Ground out here is, once you get about 2 feet down, it's all clay. So it's like perfect. Staghorn ferns are cool, but they get huge. I'm in Minnesota and wish there was snow here. I don't think we're ever getting snow here again. Betsy wets it or something stupid like that. Oh my gosh, what was it? Was it Betsy? That doesn't sound right. I don't know if I want to Google this. Doll that pees herself. Baby alive? Is that it? Baby alive potty dance baby. Magic potty surprise. That's not a surprise. Like, baby born surprise. Magic potty surprise. Like, hey, surprise. I fake peed all over you. No. Baby alive. Man. All right. Don't scroll too far down when you get to that, if you Google that. Yikes. Have you seen Skinwalker Ranch? Yes. Seems it's links to aliens as well. World Aquarium Singapore. I think you need to change your name to World UFO Singapore. Skinwalker Ranch is very fascinating, though. Yes, absolutely. Baby Alive is a more modern version. There's an older one. There is an older one. It was like... what is it? There's even like a song. When adding new fish to an established tank, cichlids, dwarf cichlids, for example, do you turn lights off and toss in a little food as well? Overkill? Well, one, like I wouldn't do it for like a pistos. I would only do that for like African cichlids. Or maybe some like Central American cichlids, but those aren't really going in community tanks. The only thing I would do that for is like African cichlids. Is what I introduce them with the light off. You could also make an argument that introducing them with the light off creates more stress, but I don't think that to be true. Oh my god, I love Baby Alive and begged for her for 3 years, then finally got her for Christmas, like last year. Polly Pocket, was it Polly Pocket? Back in time to hear about one of my favorite plants. Okay, I'll Google it. Staghorn ferns. Fern. Oh, it does look like a staghorn. Look at that. All right. Carol, A Christmas Carol. Yes, I saw one strange orbs in Singapore. I had videoed it as well. That's why after I kept looking and searching for UFO videos. Well, all right. Betsy Wetsy? Ariel. Betsy Wetsy. Let's take a look. Betsy Wetsy. Are these one of these dolls that are now like collectible because they're so old? 1950s. Okay, that's too old. I would not see that. That's definitely the original, though. Man, in the 50s, they had a doll that peed itself. A drink and wet doll. Like, who thinks of that? Like, let's have a doll that pees herself. I have like the tune stuck in my head. What is it? Hold on. We're in hour number 2, folks. Anything's possible. Anything can happen here. My water broke. What water breaking? Okay, I'm not getting it in this part of the internet. Okay, I'm not gonna look at that anymore. I think the old school dolls are creepy. They all look at you. Yep. What's silly is the diapers were made for dolls cost more than actual diapers. Anyways, I just set up a heavily planted 55. How many different types of fish can I pack into it if I'm only doing 30% water changes every week? That's a pretty loaded question. Obviously, the smaller the fish, the more you can put in there. I take Betsy Wetsy over Cabbage Patch over in Annabelle, hands down. I had a 5-foot across staghorn fern. Moved to a house with gas heat. Killed it in 3 months. Ouch. My daughter collected Polly Pocket. We try to keep all those tiny parts in zip bags to no avail. Polly Pocket just fit in your pocket, but she had a theme song. Magic Potty Baby 1991. Okay. I'll Google this one more time. Magic Potty Baby. All right. This is like demented. It's fun to have a magic potty baby. No water, no mess. That's the one though, I think. Anyways, have you seen the new Tiger King yet? No, and I'm probably not gonna watch it. I kind of like hovered over it and listened to like the trailer, the season trailer, and I was like, I'm over the Tiger King. I'm over it. As a parent of a 6-year-old girl, I hate those baby alive dolls. I end up changing more diapers than my kid. That's funny. I'm looking for top nano fish for a 55-gallon. How many different kinds of fish could I keep happy in that size? Lots. Reese, that's such a loaded question. Like, there's so many variables. I mean, you could do like dwarf hatchet fish, dwarf pencil fish. We were talking about clown killifish earlier. You can do a ton. Like, just seriously a ton. Imagine the pop-up ads Bob will be seeing later. Well, thankfully, I don't get pop-up ads ever because I get rid of them. Always. Never have pop-up ads. Now, I'll probably be getting those ads in like Facebook, but the new Tiger King has just as many twists and turns as the first one. Honestly, I'm kind of over it. Like, when I started watching season 1 when it first came out, I was like, this is the most crazy thing I've ever seen. I got to keep watching. I got to keep watching. I got to keep watching. Now I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I'm over it. They're all dirtbags, like all of them. Like, I don't. Is there like a good character in there? I don't know. 1,000 Ember Tetras. Honestly, you could pick like 3 fish and get like a dozen or 15 of each type. And if not even more. They're not going to all occupy the top of the water column at the same time. That is where they might spend a majority of their time, but they will go all over the tank. What gets more exotic than tigers? Is this a joke? Is this going to have a punchline? Just don't use Facebook. I only use Facebook for the marketplace. That's it. So if it wasn't for Facebook Marketplace, I would have gotten rid of Facebook a long time ago. Once that came out, it kind of took over Craigslist. Craigslist not really a thing anymore. Well, just too much spam on Craigslist. So I never even watched the first Tiger King. It seemed sad. I don't like mistreatment of animals. Reese, I was looking at the 55 at the pet store an hour ago. Saw the tiniest honey gouramis. Bolivian and German blue rams for me to load it with. Bolivian and Germans. Interesting. I'm falling in love with my pencil fish. That's because pencil fish are awesome. Super awesome. Bob is the fish king. I wouldn't go that far. Isn't there already a king of fish or something like that? I don't know. I love doing tanks with 3 species. I feel overwhelmed when there is more than 3 species in a tank. Whatever you feel comfortable with, like, that's what's great about this hobby. If 3 is like your limit, awesome. Whatever it takes to be successful. I feel like that's a good amount, though. I mean, I most of my tanks have like 100 species in them. Not even close, but it's literally like rainbow fish, apistos, and corridors, and a few plecos. Only thing I miss about Facebook is Marketplace. Yeah, you can find some good stuff on Marketplace. So there's also some good hiking stuff as well. There are some good Facebook groups out there. Very few and far between, but they're on there. They're out there. But Marketplace for sure. Like, it's the only reason I keep Facebook. My LFS has Bolivian rams, and I think that once I can set up a quarantine tank, I'm gonna get some. I'd do it. Do it. Bolivian rams are super mega rad. They're tubular. Do Congo tetras eat neon blue tetras? No. Could there potentially be some fin nipping? Possibly. But generally, they should be okay. Do I know who Harry Tomato is? No. And with a name like that, I think I'm better off not knowing. Harry Tomato. I just Googled Harry Tomato, and Google is confused as well. I have no idea what this is. I don't know what I'm looking at. That's a big negative. Baby Alive is the name of the doll. Do you recommend any other heavy-duty rack? I've been looking for them. And Gladiator you mentioned, and glad you mentioned the Gladiator. Only place I can find them is on Best Buy website. I'm sure there's other racks. I see a lot of people using like the cheap IKEA racks for like 10-gallon tanks, and I'm just like, no thanks. I pretty much am exclusive to the Gladiator style of rack. So you can go to like Home Depot or Lowe's, and you can find similar like brands, but yeah, you just have to make sure they look the same, so they're built equally, because some of those metal stands are really flimsy. He's a yard sale reseller guy. Oh, so I should look for him on YouTube. He must be a terrible YouTuber if his videos don't come up on Google. Just saying. Hey, calm down. Let's take a look. Oh, hey, look. There's some guy called Steenfott Aquatics live on YouTube right now. What was it? Harry Tomato? I already forgot. Harry Tomato. I do love the name Harry. But Harry Tomato? Like, paired with tomato? Hori Tornado. Is that what you said? Did I say tomato? No. You said tomato. Harry Tornado. Tornado. However, his thumbnails don't look familiar, so I don't think I've seen this guy. I really like the idea of going to yard sales and finding stuff like that, but I feel like it's just Husky would be one. But I just feel like that's pretty rare. And I also don't trust that a lot of these are like planted items. A lot of the dumpster diving people get busted planting items. So, yeah, like there was a guy who was dumpster diving like fish, like Petco's and PetSmarts, and he's like, "Look, a brand new 40 breeder just sitting in the dumpster." Like, yeah, right, buddy, get out of here with that. Yes, my sand is finally clean. Hour and 15 minutes. All right, that's gonna be a record. A record. Tomato, tomato. I love Waylon racks. Waylon Smithers. There's a Members Mark branded one at Sam's Club for $150. Little different support braces. from the Gladiator, all made by Etzel. Yeah, Etzel, Muscle Racks, Gladiator, all good brands. But they also have their cheap. So, like, you'll know when you see, like, the cheap... I don't have any, like... You'll know when you see the cheap metal ones, because, like, the Gladiator ones, it's just, like, thicker gauge. Sometimes it's folded over, so it's, like, dual layer. Yeah. Taven likes critters. 7.8 pH, 300 parts per million, 120 ppm kh, 65 gallons. What fish and plants would you do? Always rainbow fish. Yeah. You ask me what fish I'm going to put in aquariums, it's going to be rainbow fish. Plants, it depends. Really depends on your skill level, your lighting. Are you going to fertilize or you're not going to fertilize? If you want low light, medium light, high light, lots of variables there. I would just do rainbows, apistos, corridoras, and plecos, and some anubias, on some hardscape. I'd probably throw in like some dwarf chain sword as like a carpeting plant. I found a teddy bear at a yard sale for 10 cents and sold it on eBay for $150. I went into Goodwill one time, and it was like everyone in there is just on their phones, like they look at something and they see how much is it on eBay. Look at something, how much is it selling? And everyone was doing that. I just can't imagine that there's like a good market for buying and reselling. I don't know. Like everyone was doing it. Who makes good fish Christmas ornaments? That's a good question. I have no idea. Bob, are you a Wonder Shell guy? Wonder Shell guy. I think they have their place for sure. When I was doing snails, like when I was breeding mystery snails, I absolutely use Wonder Shells. It depends on what I need the shell for. I'd rather just use aragonite or crushed coral substrate if I had a need for Wonder Shells. But I think Wonder Shells work good for what they're advertised as. My office is giving away those heavy-duty silver shelving units. If only I had space for more fish. Make sure the racks have the full length uprights. You don't want to be putting a lot of weight on the cheap connector. Yeah, that's a good point, Steven, too. So, like a lot of the taller ones, they're actually like a 6 foot tall rack will actually have like 2-3 foot sections that snap together with like one of the rails. Don't ever do that. Don't ever put a fish tank on one of those. Going into the Rocky Mountains. His weekend with some friends. Find me a stump to put in my 55. I was going to spray it down and clean it, but do you have any other recommendations for cleaning wood? If it'll fit in your oven, you can bake it. You could also spray it with like hydrogen peroxide and let it soak. Wonder Shells are for soft water, right? Yeah, they do help with that. They're also for like calcium, so snails can eat the Wonder Shells and get some calcium. Dream fish, a fish eel or a biker. Can't afford it now, but one day. Speaking of eels, there's these really cool eels on Dan's Fish. Unless somebody bought them. I was showing them off the other day. Where did they go? I probably can't find them now. Yeah, dwarf red tail eels. These things are amazing. Somebody bought one. There was 4. Now there's only 3. I keep forgetting to set up my screen so I could show you guys this, but yeah, check out this fish. Check out this fish. Wait, what? Oh, you're up here. Yo. Check out this eel and tell me this is not cool. If you tell me it's not cool, you're gonna get banned. So keep that in mind. Tractor Supply is selling Florida crushed coral 40 pounds for $40. That's too much. That's too much. You can buy it on sale at Petco for like $20 when it's on sale. Plus, Tractor Supply sucks, so don't ever buy anything there. Anyways, moving on. Now it's harder to find deals. Yep, make sure the racks. Yep, my office. Yep, Bob, you are a wonderful guy. Well, thank you, Brian. So are you. Going into, I already read that one. I got Bolivian rams from Aquahuna recently, and they all died. I think it was a parasite that Paracleanse didn't treat. If you're asking me that, I have no idea. I wouldn't know. You're asking if it's a parasite that Paracleanse wouldn't treat. I would say that's highly unlikely. I would. There's probably like 24 other things I would think of before that. How big of an aquarium does a red-tail eel need? So if you look at this guy, their max size is only 6 inches. So like if you're getting one like a 20 long, I mean I would put it in a 40 breeder, but I always like putting fish in larger tanks than necessary. That's just my style. But you have no idea how bad I want these. They're only like 1.5 inches. It sounds so fun. Peaceful carnivore. Our eels are feeding eagerly on frozen and live foods. They relish frozen bloodworms. We have not transitioned them to vibrobites, pellets, or flakes, but I've read that they can be trained and eat these processed foods. I bet they'd probably eat vibrobites. I really want these fish, though. I would actually... Well, I'd probably... Well, never mind. I probably want to try to breed them. Is anybody else live right now? Excuse me. This guy sucks. Is there anyone else live that doesn't suck? Anyone? What about Festivus? Festivums with blue acara. How many blue acaras? 1 or 2 or a group? Festivus. I keep wanting to say Festivus. Festivums with blue acara. I'm sure it can be done. I'm sure it has been done. You know, how many would depend on... Those are so gross, Bomb. How many would depend on the size of your tank? I'm so tempted to get a single red-tail eel in my 55. BJ Palmer. Billy Jean, gotta go. Y'all have a wonderful evening and the rest of the week. Stay safe. See you later, BJ. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Get you the eel as well? Well, see, I'd have to buy all 3 just to attempt to get a male and female. Why does Tractor Supply suck? Because I bought something from Tractor Supply on November 4th. They said they would ship it in 2 days. After 2 weeks, they still hadn't shipped it, so I messaged them, and they said it'll ship out in a couple days, just like it was supposed to. I'm like, no, it says 2 days, not 2 weeks. Another week went by, so I called them. And they're like, we'll research this and get back to you. So then they sent me an email that says, oh, we figured it out. It'll get shipped out on January 5th. January 5th. Well, thank you, Tractor Supply. That does not work for me. That is the worst customer service ever. Festivus for the rest of us. Yep. How are the other mods so dang fast? Did I miss something? What'd I miss? Did something get deleted? Ooh, I missed something. Do like Nike, Bob, and pull the trigger? Like Nike? I don't get it. Nike? See, you could have said like do like a postal worker and pull the trigger. But I don't get it. I'm drawing a blank there. Nike. Get me the yeah. Water chemistry is nitrate 10, nitrate 10, nitrate 0, pH 6.4, ammonia 0, GH 300, KH 0. That's interesting. Heavily planted betta is with platies and 10% water change weekly. Food, micro pellets, and betta pellet daily. Algae wafers frozen weekly. Let's see. Where did it go? I lost it. Oh, I don't know. Nike's the word. Nike is worse than Tractor Supply. I don't know. Okefenokee is a swamp in southern Georgia, and the ops are native down the Glades to Glades County, Florida. The Okefenokee pygmy sunfish. I saw X-ray tetras today, and I don't know if I can keep them with my rope fish. I think you'd be all right. Well, they do have cheap sand safe for aquariums. That's true. But almost any place does. You're watching 40 minutes behind? Well, hello in 40 minutes. Hello into the future or into the past. I don't know. I started watching Back to the Future today. I'm going to watch the whole trilogy because it's excellent. Are the eels Macrognathus lemonicatus? Those are sold as red fins as well. Keep in mind, always keep a group of Macrognathus and never a single specimen. Let's take a look. Macrognathus species. Macrognathus species. All right, so you would have to buy all three. These are a social eel. Social eel. Thanks for the bit of knowledge. I'm definitely a noob when it comes to eels. Did y'all have the breed off? The breed? Do like? Never mind. How many sparkling gouramis in a 5.5? I would only do one. Just one. 0 kh could be allowing pH swing with time before. Yeah, 0 kh is not a very good idea. 0 kh is definitely going to give you like large pH swings. There's also, if you plop and drop, or if you, I should say, if you drip acclimate, you could have issues. Or if you, even if you plop and drop, I mean, I would have plop and drop regardless. But does root tabs increase nitrates? Most fertilizers should increase nitrates. I've seen Home Alone, the first one, 3 times this year already. It still never gets old. Yep, that's a must-watch. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is a must-watch. And here's what makes me upset. All streaming services always take down Christmas Vacation in December, and then it goes right back up in January. It's so annoying. I like the eel, but I like crayfish too, and I think the eel would eat the crayfish. I really think it would depend on the size of the crayfish. If you had like CPOs, maybe. I don't know. If they're a smaller eel, I don't know. I'm definitely not, like I said, I'm not an eel expert in the slightest. Keegan's heading out. Thanks for stopping by. Always good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I like the eel, but when will you show us your skinks? Your skink? I have one skink. One. Down to one. I already watched those. Watch them again. Okinoki Pygmy Sunfish, you and the podcast guy, the Okefenokee Pygmy Sunfish, and Randy from the Aquarist podcast. Aquarist. Rudolph, the old school claymation one. I haven't seen that one in forever. When Clark goes skating down the slopes in the metal garbage top is classic. It's a non-nuclear varnish. See, it coats the flake. If the eels are cheaper than $20, I'd get them. In Germany, they are 10 to 15 E's. Funny looking E's. I got mine from Czech for like 5 E's. Kevin, what's going on, buddy? What's going on? Golden Girls is awesome. Golden Girls. Those should be called dirty. Those girls are dirty. Dirty girls. Can I keep eels in heavily planted tank with sand and dense leafed area? I would say yes. Started watching. Oh, here you go. I started watching Golden Girls today, and I'm gonna watch them all. I think you just secretly love Blanche. You look like a Blanche type of guy. I don't know what it is, but I could see Blanche on the back of your heart. Hardly. You know what's crazy? Out of the 4, well, I don't know. Does the mom count? I don't know. But it was crazy that the mom was the youngest one, and she played the grandma or the mother. I guess she would be the mother. E's are Euros. Yeah, I know. My 4-year-old loves the paint can scene. My sister used to cry when the cat died eating the Christmas lights. She refused. The first time she saw that, she refused to ever watch the movie again. Oh, man. I have a friend who has a blue-tongued skink for 5 years now. So big and chunk, we named him Cinderblock. That's an awesome name. I love it. I've never really been into blue-tongued skinks, but they are a super amazing animal. Sophia is the best. Sophia. I think the funny E's are USB money. Yes. USB money. I love Sophia. Sophia. Sophie was the youngest? Yeah. Yeah, she's the youngest. She is the youngest. Back on Home Alone. But have you seen the trailer for the new one? I don't think I would want to see it. On Thanksgiving, I was on Netflix with my friends and watched the trailer. It looks like a painfully unfunny British version. That's a movie that should never be remade. Honestly, I was surprised when they made a sequel, and I was like, hey, this is actually pretty good. But when they made a third one, you knew that was going to be trash, and it was trash. The second one is the exact same movie, but it's still pretty good. I mean, yeah. Sophia was the mom grandma. Yeah, but in real life, she is younger than the other three. That's what I meant. My number one bucket list fish is Gymnothorax polyurine. You couldn't have just said moray eel. You had to try to make me read that. But is that the freshwater one or the saltwater one? Freshwater moray. It doesn't even look like the saltwater moray eel. Yeah, this thing's pretty rad. Gymnothorax polyuranodon. I think I got that right. See, I've seen these on wholesale lists, but I'm always so skeptical that they're going to send the saltwater one. Because the only time I've seen moray eels on a freshwater list is when that same company sells saltwater fish. And so I never trust it. So I've never ordered one. Please hit the like. Oh, yeah. What's the like count? What's the like count, folks? 134 likes. 147. We just got 13 likes instantly. Thank you. Thank you, Zen Ginger. A couple more, you know, even 150. Even it out. Blanche was the youngest. Sophia was born in 1923. Blanche was born in 1934. Lies. You don't trust everything you read on the internet. Freshwater tiger eel, I think. I wish I could find more roseline sharks. I agree. Don't make me Google it. In real life. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Who's this? Well, I was wrong. That's what I get for reading the internet. But she was a year younger than B. Arthur and Betty White. There you go. Well, you know, so she's in second place. Whatever. You all get a medal. Same friend who had a skink that had a Friendsgiving this year, and once everyone arrived, we went to her reptile room, and her poor Betta had decided to unalive itself on the floor. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that betta fish are jumpers. You gotta watch them. You gotta watch them. Finally got a school of 12 Sun Didanio axelrodi for my 33 long with licorice gourami sweet fish. I absolutely agree. I am in such distress. I feel like my whole life is a lie. Freshwater eels are the cutest. I agree. Well, I'd say they're cute, but I don't know about the cutest. G&H has roseline sharks. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, shall we? And by that I mean let me take a look, because I cannot share my screen. Looking for roseline sharks. I must not be up to date here because I don't see them. Red tail, Bala. Oh, roseline. Extra small, it says. They're small. Ooh, golden white clouds too. What do I think about Seaport tanks? Are those the acrylic ones? I've never. Maybe have I used them? Seaport Aquarium. That's not gonna work. Fish tank. Seapora? I only find Seapora. Seapora. Paula Kreinberg, I hope I pronounced that right. Welcome to our weekly live stream. You know your Golden Girls? Yeah. Who am I? I should have never doubted Curtis. He knows his Golden Girls. Shop in Silverdale. I was just there picking up a green banded severum. Had a dozen or so roseline sharks. What's the worst part of being a fish tuber? Well, there's no bad parts. But the worst part, I don't know. I'd have to think about that for a while. I just finished binge watching Supernatural. I'm not familiar with that show, but congratulations. Stir Fry Guy. Hi, I'm late, but I'm kind of busy with high school, being dual enrolled at the colleges, boxing, fish keeping, and work. All right. Good excuses. Good excuses. Kang Lee is here. Twin Cities Guppies. What's going on, buddy? Mr. Bob Font. Hello, fishy folks. I made it. Meow. With 20 minutes to go, too. All right. My Betta once hit the lid of my tank because I left some pellets on the top. I believe it. I never had a fish jump yet, but I've had plenty of snails try to find water somewhere outside the tank. Yeah. You know who's the worst at that is mystery snails. I get that you need to leave your tank to lay your eggs, but come back down. Don't lay your eggs and keep going up and over and down in the carpet. Just go back. What? Being so rich you can't count it all and being known everywhere? Yeah. That's the worst part about being a fish tuber is there's so much cash I don't have anything to do with it, and everybody everywhere knows me. It is the worst. I don't know. Worst part of being a fish tuber. A fish YouTuber. I don't know. I'm sure if I was talking to other YouTubers, we could come up with something. Yeah, but I don't know. I really don't know. Amy says Twin Cities Guppies is awesome. I agree. And if you are in the Minnesota area, you should check out his store. Oh, you have been recognized outside of the fish store. Have you been recognized outside of the fish store or fish-related environments? I have been recognized in fish stores. Have I been recognized outside of the fish environment? I don't know. It's weird. Like sometimes you look at someone and they look at you and they do like a double take and you're like, did you recognize me? Like why you're staring at me now? You did a double take and now you're staring at me. So it's like, I don't know. They're probably like, is that Tom Segura? Because that's what everyone tells me. But I don't think I've been recognized. At least no one has come up to me like outside of a fish environment. I know we're talking about eels, but I think roatfish are amazing eel-like fish. Jacob, I absolutely agree. I think roatfish are amazing. I think everyone should own them at some point. I think you are the best streaming fish tuber. Well, thank you, Paula. I used to honestly, if I have to be honest, I used to put a lot more work into live streaming. The last couple months, I really have got kind of lazy with live streaming. I apologize, but just stuff's been going on, so. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Just checked out my daughter's tank. Her cories are floating at the top and tries to swim down, but quickly floats back up. Any ideas? Is it swimming upright at least? Like when it's floating, is it at least upright? If it's like wobbly and not upright, then you might have some swim bladder issues. Have you ever been to any Wisconsin stores? Wisconsin is one of the states I've never been to. I really want to, though. I get that look all the time, but I'm not famous. My sisters and I just all look similar. What? Are you saying you have famous sisters? I'm confused. I don't know what that means. How did you meet Lisa and John from KG Tropicals? From YouTube. Just from being on YouTube. How I met them in real life for the first time was at the Aquatic Experience, I think in 2018. I don't think they went to the 2017 one. I think that's when they were on their little YouTube hiatus. So it must have been 2018, maybe 19 as well. I don't remember. That's all kind of a blur. But yeah, any fish tuber outside of Corey from Aquarium Co-op, I met through YouTube. Corey's the only YouTuber that I met before YouTube. Ever been to Michigan? Negative. All those like northern states, I've not been to. I need to make it up that way one of these times. Brian says I need more rope fish. I agree. One of my dream tanks is just a tank full of jungle val and rope fish, and just watching the rope fish swim through all the val, I think would be so fun. It's a dream tank. I'll do it at some point. Twin Cities Guppies is about a 1.5 hour drive. I might have to go. It's probably worth it to like check it out. Like I that might be a bit far for it to be like your regular LFS, but it's probably like, you know, far enough that it's like worth it to do, or close enough to like just do it once and say you've been there. And maybe go, you know, like a couple times a year or something. I don't know. What do I think about rainbow sharks? I avoid rainbow and red tail sharks, just because they're just not the best for my style of tanks, which are smaller community fish. I think they're awesome. I love them. I love bala sharks, rainbow sharks, red tail sharks, all of them. But they just, I've yet to set up a tank that's perfect for them. I have a bala shark now. I feel terrible, but I'm a bad fish keeper. What can I say? I have a bala shark. A single baby dolphin mormarid in a 55. It's my first time at Dan's Fish, and he's got loads of fish I would never see in my LFS in Denver. That's the nice thing about Dan's Fish. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the dolphin mormarid. Actually, let me go look and double check, make sure it's the same one I'm thinking of. Where would this fish be? Where? Is it here? No. Here? Oh yeah, here it is. Let's see. So here's the deal with this fish. I would not recommend it for beginners. I don't know what your skill level is at, but it's definitely a fish that you're going to have to watch a lot. They're very shy, and they will starve themselves to death before, if they like feel threatened, they'll starve to death before they come out and get like some flake or something. So they're neat, they're fascinating. Just really keep an eye on them. I want a pond full of Oscars and peacock bass. I want a pond full of rainbow fish and corridoras. You've had the bala shark forever now. Yep. To be honest, a lot of fish in a tank with grassy kind of plants just swimming in and out, especially skinny fish such as discus. I mean, yeah, you're gonna see like a lot of my tanks are just gonna be like grassy tanks because I love it. Launching a speaking tour. There's a lot of clubs out here in northern Midwest. Probably not next year, but I might seriously start thinking about doing talks like the year after. I feel like I already have a lot of stuff planned for next year. So Twin Cities Gubby says, gotta come to Minnesota. I hear there's a Bigfoot here. I mean, I would love to go. Absolutely, I would love to go. To join as a member. Yep. Let's see. Where else? Feed those Corys some peas. Yeah, take the shells off. I'm sorry, did you answer my question? I didn't even see it. Paula, agree 100%. Look forward to Saturdays and Mondays. Oh, well, thank you, Camantha. If anybody has any suggestions for the live stream, I'm all about constructive criticism too. Minus a green screen, that's not coming back for a while. So don't even ask. Don't even ask. Although I will admit that in this studio space, it would be a lot easier to have a green screen than my last place. But still, I'm over it for a while. Feed those Corey some peas. Peas. Yes, good advice. You would do really well on a talk tour. I don't really know what that means, but all right. Well, Masta Columbulus eels hunt snails. I'm, again, not an eel expert. I have tried a fire eel once and failed miserably. But to be honest, it came in like super skinny, like right off the bat. That's my one and only attempt with an eel. Hopefully, we still got some eel experts in chat that can help us out with that. Masta Sembulus. Masta. My red-tailed shark jumped out when I was water changes. He landed behind the tank. Unfortunately, I couldn't get to him in time. Yeah, those jumpers. Like, I don't understand. I get it. They're scared. But still. Like, if I was I wouldn't jump out into space if I was scared. Because I know I would die. You know, like these fish are just, like, jumping out of their homes. I don't know. I was going to say green screen just to troll. I figured. Hey, Twin Cities Guppies, do you got more live Daphnia? I can trade you for guppy grass. He will trade 10 5-gallon buckets of guppy grass for one single live Daphnia. That's what he told me. Where did you move to? I am out in the sticks. I am out in BFE. My Daphne culture was killed by my cats knocking over fish food into my culture. Oh, man, cats. Cats are just always up to no good. That's like, even if they don't have like bad intentions, which they do most of the time. I mean, let's be real. Even when they're not like trying to be bad, they still do bad things. You should get a green screen that's like a projector screen where you can just mount it on the ceiling and pull it down. Yeah, I have it. I have it, Zen Ginger. I'm probably going to be mounting a TV behind me. So I'm actually going to finally put this thing on the wall, and then I'm going to mount a TV there, which has nothing to do with the live streams, but I'm just saying, don't be surprised if one day there's a TV behind me. I hate when fish jump, just disappear. Yeah, when I finally moved my 240, I found a roseline shark and 3 different species of rainbow fish behind the stand. So frustrating. And that tank was covered except for like a couple like 2-inch holes. So it's like they're shooting for this small little opening. Like, and one of them was like a dwarf neon rainbow fish. Like a little 3-inch fish has 8 feet of swimming space, but still was like, I want to go through this little crack and I want to see what's on the other side. So frustrating. True story. I had 3 bala sharks, 3 silver dollars, a needle-nosed gar, a geo, and an albino catfish, and a freaking 55-gallon in the 80s. It's what the fish store told me I should have. I mean, that sounds about right for the 80s. I mean, I had fish in the 80s, and I was like, I want a red-tailed shark, I want a rainbow shark, I want this black shark, I want a bala shark, I want all these sharks, and I want an angelfish. Okay, what did I have? I had a 29-gallon tank. I had an angelfish. Like the red tail, the rainbow. It was a black shark. I don't know what it was, but that's what they were calling it. A bala shark. I had, what loach did I have? I had a loach in there too. I don't remember which. I'm trying to think what else. I think I had like Colombian red and blue tetras. I don't know. It was insane. All in a 29-gallon tank, and it was like, and I would still go back. Be like, what else can I put in here? And they were like, hey, you could try this, you could try this. And it was always like one. Not like these are schooling fish. It was like one. Here, try this one tetra. My office is giving away the TVs too. I entered the raffle for those. Cross his fingers. New golden lelupi I just placed into my tank is squabbling with the other one. I would have gotten more to spread the aggression, but only one was available. Should I worry? I would definitely keep an eye on it. Something else you could do is rearrange like your rock pile if you have one, or just rearrange your tank if you have any type of hardscape in there, and that will allow them to find new territories. They'll establish new territories, so that could help. That's what I always did in my African cichlid tanks. If I was adding something new, I would just rearrange the rocks, and then they're all confused and they're too worried about finding new territories, and there'd be a little squabbling, but eventually they would get it all settled. So would it be bad to put geophagus in a tank with gravel substrate? I would recommend against it. I don't know how well they could find food if they're not able to sift through the sand. It's crazy, isn't it? I can't believe they thought that was okay. Gosh. And back then, I mean, they had, like, the fish store I went to had, like, sturgeons in it. I'm like, oh, a sturgeon. I really want a sturgeon. But luckily, my dad was the one that put the kibosh on the sturgeon. He was like, are you kidding me? You can't put a sturgeon in that tank. But they would have sold it to me. I also think about like all the reptiles they had back in the 80s and 90s. It was insane. Now you walk in and it's like the same 4 species every time you go to a pet store. Back then, you would get all kinds of weird stuff in. 30 different species of lizards, all kinds of weird stuff. There's an idea. Get a 4K TV and mount it behind you and have a screensaver style aquatic video playing throughout the stream. Same effect, but you call it the TV a business expense. Oh, trust me, anything that's going in this office is a business expense. But with the new tax laws, I think it's the standard write-off is almost like 13 grand. So if I don't spend 13 grand, it's not even, there's no point even putting it on there. Black sand it is then. Yep, I would highly recommend black sand for geophagus. Well, any sand. Any sand will do. Oops, I gotta check something real quick. Figures. All right. Best place to find import fancy Bettas. Mostly looking to not use trans shipper, but get that Thailand quality. Reese, I don't know. You could try like KG Tropicals if you're looking for Betta Splendens. I don't know if you're looking for like wild caught. I don't know where you'd go for that. But if you're just looking for Betta Splendens, you could try KG Tropicals. I mean, they sell a ton of Bettas. I don't know if they could might be able to special order you some whatever you're looking for. I'm not sure. But honestly, I'm not really in the Betta world, so I don't know. Maybe someone in chat has another suggestion, but that would be my go-to. Just seen a 70-inch Element TV for $146. Gotta be a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if that's legit, but it's gonna be a crappy TV. Do Congo tetras eat neon blue tetras? Water lover, I would say no. No. They might fin nip, but they won't eat. Been driving while listening to you. Thanks for the entertainment. Well, thank you, Psycho. I have a 60-gallon with barbs, redtail, pleco, and cories. I've been thinking of getting crayfish. Would you recommend? I think your redtail would make a meal out of crayfish. And depending on what plecos eat invertebrates too. Some species do. $5 per square foot to put a nice aquarium in there too, and you can get past 13. How would you go about transplanting a breeding colony of red cherry shrimp from one established tank to another? I want to upgrade them, but I don't want to disrupt their breeding. So anytime you move them, you might stress them out to where they might not breed for a while, but eventually they will. In my experience, like I've moved buried females, I've never had a problem. Like anytime I've moved my cherry shrimp, they just keep right on going. So I wouldn't be too worried about it. Unless you're going to like completely different water parameters, then they might break for a while. And you might even have some die off. But if you're going one established to another and they're both the same tank parameters, I doubt they would even like miss a beat. Dan's Fish tends to have an obscure Bettas selection from time to time. Yeah, but he doesn't do Bettas Splendens. He just does wild caught. Or there's a name, Fisted Waffle. Fin nipping is usually not a problem as long as you have a big enough school. My local Petco stopped offering Bettas. They said it was because they couldn't keep enough employees to keep up the maintenance. That's interesting. I guess that's one way to get them to not sell Bettas. I was actually thinking of applying at my local Petco just to get like behind the scenes and see what's actually going on. Like you see these videos of them throwing fish in the dumpsters. There's videos, and I think most of these are staged too, if not all of them. There's videos on YouTube of people dumpster diving and finding like live iguanas and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know that I believe that. I don't know. And my local Petco is hiring, and I'm just thinking like, what if I like applied at Petco and did like a bunch of like candid cameras, and like, how much trouble would I get into? Would I be able to publish them if I was like filming undercover at Petco? I don't know. But I'm like, it's probably not even worth the hassle of being in retail again. Probably not even worth the content. I love them so much, and they got too big. I had to sell them all back to the same fish store I got them from, and my guard died from being picked on. It's crazy. For the 80s, I'm telling you, the 80s were a crazy time. The 90s, a little bit better, but still pretty crazy. I guess, like, they're all, I mean, we're in crazy times right now. Everything's crazy. Whatever. Always and forever crazy. Captain Savage Aquatic, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. My Petco says they count all deaths, including feeders. Talked the wig into letting me have a fish room. I got to build an outdoor bar and convert. You didn't like calling your wife a wig? Wig. Talk to wig. So apparently you got to build a bar and a fish room and something else, right? Or if I remember right, something else. Oh man. In my opinion, Bettas the most overrated species of gourami. All right, how would you go about transplanting? Oh, I already read that one. Why is my chat not updating? Do it, Bob. You know what? Honestly, if it was like part-time, like 5 hours a week, I would probably do it. So close to 200. What? I even have like a working relationship with the store manager. So I would probably get the job pretty easily. Wait, where are we at here? Oh, I lost my screen. Whoops. All right. Well, I can't check. I gotta take Ginger's word for it. We are close to 200. If you haven't hit the like button, hit it now. Do it now. You've been very helpful. I'll definitely be looking for more places Aquarius driven in the area. What do you think of the Denver Public Aquarium? Never been, but I heard it's. I've never been to the Denver Public Aquarium. I've been to Denver one time in my life, and I did not go to the aquarium. So, I don't know. Maybe someone in chat has been to the Denver Aquarium. We can get some insight on it. I didn't realize Splendens was a specific name for a typical kind of betta. I think Aquahuna has some good prices. Yeah, they have betta Splendens too. They also have wild caught as well, if I remember right. Convert our downstairs into our master bedroom, and then she will let me build a fish room. And then when you build it, I will come out and film it. What would we title? A famous TikToker's fish room. Is that what you're called? A TikToker? Fish room tour of a famous TikToker. We're at 180. It's not super close, but close enough. I don't know why I deleted that or closed out that screen. But I did. 'Cause I'm a noob. We can get rid of the Golden Girls statistics. Marvin's Lush Small Gardens, but I assume that people just don't know who or what fish to look for. Oh, you were saying Marvin's Loaches Gardens has been very helpful. I apologize. I did not mean to take your credit, Marvin. Who am I to think I've been helpful? I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. But I'd only want to do it for, like I said, I only want one shift a week. I couldn't commit to Petco for more than 1 day a week. I couldn't do it. I would lose my mind. Especially if I got to deal with the person that says, I want one of those. I'll take one of those tetras, one of those African cichlids, one of those cherry shrimp, one goldfish, and I'll take that Bengai cardinal fish out of the saltwater tank, and I'm going to put them all in my 5-gallon tank. We're at 180. We're at 165. I see 196. Boy, we're all over the place. All over the place. You're going to make me actually look it up and get the real number. Ay. The real number. We are at 196. Whoever said 196, you are correct. Just 4 more likes. 4 more likes. That's it. Man. 1,187 followers is not famous. Well, that's 1,180 more than I have. So you're more famous than I am. I mean, that seems like a lot to me. You'll get a whole new audience on TikTok. Those who have never kept fish and think everything you're doing is a cruel to animals. Well, yeah, TikTok's kind of... Ugh. Don't expect the world from anywhere, but if you make the rounds, there's great stuff in passing. But I would say about fish, Bettas, winds in Denver. Oh, okay. You guys are talking about the Denver places. 201 likes. That's it. Now I can go. Okay, someone tell us what the best Cyber Monday fish deals there are, if we haven't already discussed this. We discussed this earlier and decided that there was none. No good deals. I mean, there is, like I said earlier, there's the typical 10 to 15% offers from various websites, but there's no like super mega amazing deals. Brian with the $5 super chat coming in at the end. Thank you as always. Timed perfectly with my new fish and maintenance day. I'm heading out and won't be listening to you in my truck while driving. Well, that's okay because I'm going to go because it is dinner time. It is time to let the dogs go. O-U-T. I have a license plate frame that reads, I love my fish. That's awesome. In my team, the 80s, we put all kinds of fish together that never should be together. Not too many resources at the time. Oh, see, they heard me. They heard me. They know it's time to go. On that note, thanks to the couple new members. Thanks to all the super chatters. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Subscribers, lurkers, mods, everyone. Bob said Denver who? Denver who?